Hey everyone, Ivy League Gaming here, and today we're playing Infinite Magicraid. It's time to do an updated reroll guide. Let's get to it. So there's been a lot of new heroes that have come out, changes in the game since my last reroll guide, and with the game constantly changing and evolving as far as heroes getting buffed, new heroes being added, whatever, it's totally worth it to take a moment and discuss this separately, and update every once in a while, because if you check out a reroll guide from 2 months ago, they're probably forgetting some very important heroes that you could be very happy to pull and roll with for your account. So first off, Infinite Magicraid, if this is your first time playing, it is a great game to reroll for because the rerolls don't take that long. But you might not get that lucky. It depends on your luck, right? It all depends on your luck, and you could do 50 rerolls and not get who you want, of course. It's always possible. But at the time of this recording, I'm actually doing this reroll guide while there is a rate up chance for certain Dragon Tribe faction heroes. And one of those heroes on that list is Hizonja, who is probably the #1 most wanted when people start to reroll accounts. So first off, we're going to go into the game. I'm going to show you guys who you're hoping to get when you reroll. And then I'm going to show you the process of exactly how I do rerolls. Now, I've done a lot of rerolls for fun. That's how I accidentally started my main account. It's also how I accidentally started a free-to-play series. And I'm trying to do rerolls to give accounts away for people that have been frustratedly rerolling themselves and want something a little bit better to start with. So I'm going to show you the process. And yeah, let's get started. So first off, I'll start on what triggered this. I try to do these reroll guides on days that are the best day possible to start an account. So first of all, every Friday there's some sort of summoning event. Now they're starting to do midweek summoning events as well, which I'm not a fan of, but Fridays are still the best day to start an account because it's also the days that brand new servers pop. And you want to start fresh on a new server to make sure you have an even playing field with others. You don't want to be you don't want to go on an old server where everyone else has been playing for a month and you're behind everyone for farming for events because you're not going to be able to do as much as they can. It's just the reality. And unless you crazy spend and make up for it, it's not really worth it. If you're going to crazy spend, you might as well start on a server where you can be the king, right? So that's one thing to think about too. Just always start on the brand new server, ideally on a Friday, like the day of posting this video. So here is an example. We have a rate up event. So this game does a lot of really great events. It's also very clear with its mercy. You know exactly how many you got to pull before you're going to get another legend hero. And Hizonja here is one of the top heroes you're looking for. Mostly you're looking for these HP burning heroes. They are really great to start an account with, and that's kind of what you're looking for. And Hizonja's probably #1 on the list. There's also Hoff that does HP burn on an AoE. Now, they're a little bit harder to make be the only damage source, but if you can get a Hoff and, oh my god, Hizonja and Hoff would be insane to pull. Or Hoff plus Focus I actually got for one account when I was rerolling, and that was really amazing. So if you can get a proper... I don't want to say proper duo, but Hoff alone is a bit hard to have as the only damage dealer. He does have one AoE burn, but he doesn't keep up the HP burns enough on his own for it to be worthy, unless he has someone like Focus to reset him and make him use this more often, or if he's paired with another HP burn hero. Now I'm talking HP burn because, guys, when you're playing this game, that is the #1 thing that does damage all around. Arena is fine for that. Yeah, even Arena, believe it or not. If you're from like Raid Shadow Legends and you're like, damage over time, what? For real, I promise. But against bosses, against PvP, everything can do, like HP burn can do great damage for. So it's not just a PvE thing. And even a single target damage dealer like Melia is top tier for picking as your first hero. When she gets exclusive, she does turn into an AoE HP burn to start off her turn, which is really helpful. But yeah, at first, you don't even need it. You might be like, oh, she's all single target. That's not good for my starter. Yes, it is. Don't worry. So Melia is also one of the top choices for when you're rerolling for an account. You also can, if you're really one of those people that don't like to reroll, but you're just curious watching this video. Personally, I've started an account, this Free to Bleed series, with Reeves, which is Bleed. Bleed has gotten a lot stronger, and overall, Bleed does pretty good, but not quite as good as HP Burn. Bleed can be your main damage, and he has a counter attack, which is really helpful in this game as well, because the turn count requirements are very low for beating stages. And so he can be really great, even though he's a single target too. So he can actually, he's the low key, if you want to try, but it's going to be more difficult. He's kind of like a budget Melia. He's the lesser version of her for being a starter. But let's go through here. I'm going to put it. Sigmund is also a HP burner with a counter attack built into his kit. He can be a great starter. If you roll him, you probably want to keep it. Also, Bari. So Bari is really cool. He does burn. Burn is not as good as HP burn, but it's still okay. And he happens to hit really hard. He's also going to pair well with like other burn heroes like Eric, and Eric's not great on his own, but maybe you pair him with a Bari and he's actually quite strong. So if you pull a Bari, you could probably stick to it. Overall, when it comes to pure damage, if you pull someone like Zia, a lot of people do stick to her as their main source of damage, but I wouldn't suggest it if you're in the process of rerolling and you only get a normal damage dealer. I wouldn't stick to it. Damage over time is king in this game. Now, let's see here. We also have, let's see, anyone here? If you pull Walter, he's poison. So Walter's really great. He has multiple poisons and like a poison explosion, but you don't want to only have Walter. You also want to pull hit like a Taff, and then you could always build the Epic Woolsey to go along with him. But if you pull Walter and Taff, who I'll show you, that's okay to start with as well, but I wouldn't start with just Walter alone as your only damage dealer because he really doesn't do enough without this guy or someone else next to him. You want like a 3. Walter, Taff, and Woolsey is a very strong team to push through content, focusing poisons as your main source of damage. But let's keep going through here. Who else we got? We got Oakman. Oakman is a very strong starter. If you pull him, be happy as well. He does HP burn, and he has a lot of he's got a 5-hit random here and an AoE here, burn and HP burn. He's got a really good kit. You also can get him for free through one of the advanced arena shops, which means in this game, dupes are a good thing. Do not be mad if you get a dupe. Speaking of do not be mad if you get a dupe, Margarita is the 14-day login champion. Which you might be like, if you pull her on your first day, you might be like, no, I got the login champion. But promise, that's a great thing because her exclusive one, which is what you use those dupes for, actually is very, very good for, for damage overall. And she's like one of the hardest hitting champions in the entire game. So don't underestimate pulling a Margarita. If you pull a Margarita, I would probably keep that account because that exclusive one that you're going to get on day 14 is going to make her pure damage be very strong. All right, let's see. Crayon is also an honorable mention. He is an HP burner, but he has a little bit of a switch. So if you got like Crayon and Hoff, that'd probably be pretty good, but I wouldn't have him be the only HP burner on your account. All right, let's see here. Alina is a good bleed hero. If you pair her with maybe a Reeves, like the Epic I showed you, that could be a good combo, and that could probably carry you pretty well. If you got Alina, you also could, like I did with Reeves, try to get Lucia as your first mythic hero, which I got on day 30 free to play, by the way, with barely playing, honestly. So it's not too hard to get those mythic heroes in this game. But Alina, I think, could actually be an okay starter. Not the top tier, but I wouldn't be mad if I got her. I would try the account personally. There's also Hisaro that's a bleeder, but not quite as strong, honestly. Let's see here. Let's keep rolling. He is new to this game and he is amazing, especially if you can get some exclusives for him, or aka duplicates or Legend Phantom Dragon Eyes. He's very good. He's got an AoE HP burn, another here, and freeze. So not only does he bring the damage with HP burn, but he also brings crowd control. He might be the number 1 or number 2 pick as an HP burner for starting an account now. Honestly, he's probably at least number 2, if not just as good as his Zonja now for starting an account. So that's a newer hero that most people are not going to have on their lists. Now, I did mention Woolsey. If you guys got Walter and Taff and Woolsey, that's a very good combo together for using a poison team. If you do bleeds, you also can use Lomas, who's super underrated and has amazing exclusives as well. He's got a decrease defense debuff, an AoE bleed, ton of bleeds here as well, so he can pair with other people. But again, when it comes to the epics, for the most part, you're not going to want to pick an account because you got a good epic. You're going to pick an account and stop rerolling if you get a good legend hero. And then let's see, Nid Rold is also one of the top damage dealers in the game now. He has a bleed and he also just does great pure damage. He's very strong and you absolutely could use him as a starter. And his sister is a top tier arena hero. I'd almost say I wouldn't be able to get rid of an account if I pulled her because she's so good. I would be really mad if if I pulled her and didn't get other stuff. I would probably make the account work because she's really good as well. But she's not the top tier, but it's okay. So I think that covers it. We're back to Dragon Tribe now. Let's get to how to actually do your reroll. So personally, I've found the easiest way to do this is through BlueStacks. BlueStacks is not sponsoring this video, but I do have a little, I'll get like $1 if you download the game with it. Link below for using BlueStacks with IMR. And it's not even that. It's if you try to do this on the PC client, you can't. You have to keep creating brand new email accounts. And like you don't want to keep making new accounts with real email addresses over and over and over again. And if you do it on your phone, same thing. You gotta like make a new email address, log into a new Google Play. And if you try to wipe the data, unfortunately, even though it does have that feature, I've been told it does not work. So the best thing to do is to go into BlueStacks, create a fresh instance. All right, we're gonna create an instance. 32-bit Nougat is fine. And we're gonna open it up. Now, I would just go ahead, make it be like normal resolution, set up your thing, and okay, you're good to go. So let's just I'm gonna roll with this one because I already have it here. And let me actually clone it. If you're gonna do multiple, so once you open up your BlueStacks, it pretends it's a cell phone. You log into Google Play, so you could use the Play Store, download Infinite Magicraid. Once you have the download for Infinite Magicraid open, close it. Rename it like I did, IMR clone. And now what we're gonna do is, I wonder if I just check it. We're gonna clone the instance. Oh no, it doesn't pick it. So I'm gonna pick IMR clone, which is the cell phone with Infinite Magicraid downloaded but not opened yet. I'm gonna clone that to another clone. So now we have another one ready to go. So that's ready to go. Boom. There's another clone 2. IMR clone 2. And you can do a bunch of these. So you're ready to do a bunch of rerolls and you don't have to worry about re-downloading the program and re-download program and re-download program. So what we're going to do, let's go in here. Let's start. Let's go in and I'm going to show you the key points as I go along here and try to make the rest of this as quick as possible. But that is, I just wanted to be detailed in the beginning of this because there's nothing like doing a reroll guide, watching a reroll guide and saying, okay, I understand how to do it, but what am I looking for? I wanted this video to include everything, so there we have it. And as I have this updating, I will let you guys know, in case you aren't already aware, there is a PC client. Don't worry. If you like to play on PC, you're not stuck playing on an emulator if you don't like them. Actually, the PC client is very good, but for the purpose of re-rolling itself, you'll want to use the BlueStacks because you really can't do it on the PC client, like I said. So there is a PC client. You can log into it later, which I will show you how to properly bind your account so you don't lose it once you get one you like. But all right, we're here. So first step, guest mode. We're in on guest mode. And we're going to go to just double, actually you don't even need to double check. It always starts with the newest server. But yeah, you only want to roll on the newest server, which for now is 32. This one opened today. And if you don't like what you get, don't start popping through every other server. Don't do that. Because like I said, you don't want to be on an old server. You put yourself at a disadvantage for farming events. Even if you're not going to be super competitive. Trust me, even lazily on my free-to-bleed account, my free-to-play account, I even have no problem at all going through and actually placing decently to get plenty of mythic shards and other resources that are really important. So, all right, what we're going to do here is I'm going to go through and you're going to just do the force tutorial like any of these games, and we're going to go through until we get to 2-10. Once we get through 2-10, we're going to summon. And we're going to put in some promo codes and stuff as well, so I'll show you that too. Quick tip here, one of these things, they make a purchase in the market. So when you go to the market, this is a little bit confusing. Don't use your diamonds on anything. It's all about the currency store. Just go quick to the currency store. Well, if you had diamonds, you probably would buy this rune, but not right now. But you're just going to want to go ahead and buy anything. To be fair, don't waste it. Well, not gear. In this game, we buy heroes, potions, and runes. If any sort of rune. Refined rune, miracle rune, and dragon eggs as well. So not everyone buys these because it gets expensive depending on your coin, but just buy something in the currency part of the shop for the sake of this market quest. Then go ahead, finish off, and do your 210 as well. Plus you can do your auto campaign, your campaign drop here. This one, you do it once, wait 30 seconds, come back in and do it again if you need to for the second time. I think there's one where it makes you do it again. But yeah, got to level up a piece of gear, and that's also part of this. Once you finish chapter 1, go ahead, and before you go back in to finish chapter 2, level up your character to make doing the battles easier, honestly. You're not going to regret it, because even if you end up using him as food, you can get your resources back. So, all right, we're just going to put him to like 40. And you have to level up a piece of gear anyway, so you might as well throw some gear on him to make grinding out the rest of this faster. In this game, you don't have to have a full roster. When you grind, you can just have one hero, and you don't lose experience. So go ahead, level up that gear to 4. Actually, level it to 8, because I think it makes you level to 8. So put a piece of gear to 4 or 8. Put another piece of gear. It'll help make the battles a little bit faster if your guy's going to do a little bit more damage. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go finish chapter 2 now. All right, now we've got through 210 and we start getting some more pop-ups. This is one of them. Don't do this yet. This is what you want to do after doing guest mode. If you like the account, then you want to go bind it to something. So keep that in mind. Don't do that now. But now it's time to enter some promo codes. Get some extra rewards. Let me show you all the ways to do so. So first off, there's this follow button here. You get 2 free summons by doing this. So what you do is you hit copy, and then on BlueStacks, just close that. And then you're going to want to go to their official Discord, which you can get in other easier ways, honestly. Just find it on the website or whatever. It's just easier to find it somewhere else. Or yeah, copy it there and put it into a normal browser. But you're going to go to this bot who's at the top here, and copy and put in that code, and he's going to tell you, all right, verification approved, and you're good to go. So now, when you go to this little thing here, you have 2 more summons. There's also some promo codes, so let me show you those. We're going to go to settings. So you're going to hit your icon, you're going to go to settings, and you're going to go to redeem code here, which is right behind me. Also right behind me is language. If you install this on the PC client after the fact, and you're oops, let me go smooth in there, and you're a bit well, not understanding it, it does pop up in Chinese or something sometimes. I'm sorry, but it does. It's weird, it's quirky. Even if you select English, sometimes it does it in Chinese, so you have to go change the language here. But all right, we have codes. We have test 111111. That is test with 6 ones. Be sure to grab that. That gets you some summoning. And then there's also I am 777. Boom. Redeemed code. So there might be other ones if it happens to be around a holiday, if you're doing this at a later date. So what you want to do, go back to that little present, and boom, 10 summons for this I am 777 code. Claim. And then go ahead now. Now is the time to go ahead and clear any other red dots. Make sure you've got every single thing you can. All right, those are just notices. Don't worry there. Let's go up. I'm just going to grab the other stuff because there are some here. We have a daily, we have a weekly, and we have a monthly. Growth fund as well is going to give you some refined ones. Sign-in bonus, boom, 10. 10 on that day one sign-in bonus. I like it. And then we're going to clear here, and we're going to get another one at the bottom. Just go through and just keep doing this. Just clear all your red dots. Make sure you've got every single summon you possibly can. And it's actually this gallery part, once we start summoning, that's going to give you a ton more. So we're going to do some summons, and we're probably not going to hit our mercy, but we're going to come back to this gallery, and it's going to help us hit our mercy. So I wouldn't overly worry about clicking for the events. The only thing really, once you start summoning, you might get some rewards from Wish Goal. Oh, if we summon enough for the Wish Goal, when you'll actually get enough to get another. So you'll get a Supreme Rune at the bottom here. So once we get a Legend Hero, once you summon enough to get your first pity, you will get enough to get that as well. So keep that in mind. Star goals also give you another Supreme Rune. So if you decide to keep your account, make sure you go ahead and go push through that campaign and get some stars, and don't miss out on a free Supreme Rune. So let's get to the summons now. This is it. Actually, wait, nope, we have a red dot. In case I missed anything at the bottom. All right, I already got that one excellent rune. All right, we already got that excellent rune. Okay, so we're gonna go in on our excellent wishes here. We only have 33, but again, we're gonna get more from doing the other things. We also could be desperate and buy a little bit more with diamonds if we want to just top off and just hit our mercy. But luckily down here, you could see it only takes 50 to hit our mercy for the first time. So what happens, it goes from 50 to 100 to 150, and then it stays at 150. So that's how the first few. So you're guaranteed 3 legend heroes within your first 300. But don't worry, like this actual process of the reroll, I mean, it takes longer for me now because I'm talking and going through steps, but overall it only takes 15-20 minutes to do the campaign, and then you just got to go in and enter your promo codes and clear some red dots and summon. So I'm going to pause, summon real quick, and let you see what I got. Actually, while I'm here, I'm going to point this out. So today is Dragon Tribe, right? This is very good. We want his Zonja. This is a perfect time to summon. But if you were doing this and there was a new event here for rate up, and it was not one of the main heroes that you want to actually get to start off with, you could turn this off. You could actually turn the rate up event off, which is really cool. Really, really cool. Because ideally, everyone wants his Zonja or maybe Quinlan, Melia, Oakman, etc. So, all right, be right back. I did my 3 10 pulls, and that brought me about a whole bunch more red dots, which is great. That finished off pulling an excellent wish here, which gives me another excellent wish. So I have more. I didn't finish them all. I had 33. But I might as well... I just did the 10 pulls because it's easier first. Do your... you probably will get about the same. Do your 30 10 pulls, and then come back and finish collecting and clearing all your red dots in case you got more, because you will get more. Let's see, we got this. We're getting just a scroll. This we could get more soon. Oh, almost. Yes, maybe. There we go. Boom. See, we got 2 more excellent wishes down here. And then in the gallery is the big part. Look at all this rewards just from summoning. This can be a little bit RNG if you don't get many epics early on. You might not quite get as many rewards, but because it's based on who you get, and the higher levels, the epics give you more. But if you got more epics, you could have even further. You could have 3, you could 2, even maybe might be able to get to this extra Supreme Rune as well. So grab everything from the gallery, grab everything there. Oh, and guess what? The challenge opened up for our 7-day login as well, where we get space. But unfortunately here, there isn't really anything we can get to benefit the account summoning wise. So that is what it is. As far as the beginner wish goals that I mentioned goes, not enough to get our Supreme Rune, so I'm not even going to worry about that. All right. So now I have 12, and we are 19 away from getting our Mercy. So let's just do this quick 10 pull and see if we get more from the excellent wish. We got a whim. That's a really great start. So, all right, we have 9 more we need to get. We need 7. I swear, like, 7 is a magic number. I'm not even kidding. It's super funny. I swear, like, that always ends up when I've done the rerolls. It's about that. So, unfortunately, that wasn't enough to get us any more here. Now you can decide to go farm a little bit more stars in campaign, try to get a couple more from other pop-ups and hitting other milestones, or you can be bad and just do, well, you could just use some diamonds, although I would only do that like once, guys. Don't overly do it. So let's just do enough to get a temple, right? We're at 9 for our mercy, so let's just grab 7 from the shop. Yeah. I'm gonna do that for sake of this video. You might decide to just push a little further and see if you get lucky otherwise. Well, you will get. I mean, getting the runes is super fast once you just start pushing some content. You see how the rewards pop. It's quite good. But you can do it, you can pay for them, 11 of them here, or you can do that here. So it depends. Like, you get one extra one cost-wise, but I'm just going to grab the 7 and try to save our diamonds as much as we can otherwise. So here we go. Oh, that's 9. Let's do the single. Let's do it. Let's make it dramatic. All right, wish again. Click, click, click. I'm trying to be quick. Sorry, the video's a bit longer, but I want this to be a proper, thorough guide showing you the steps. And once we get our hero and see what it is, then I'm going to show you how to clear it and start all over again if you don't like it. Holder isn't bad. People do use Holder to push campaign. He's got an AoE, plus he goes well with bleed heroes. He does a little bit of bleed himself, but he's not a bleed champion. But he can help you get through campaign and be a main source of damage. He's just kind of not really good enough compared to all the options that exist now, and not worth keeping if you're willing to reroll. You're not going to reroll 4 in Epic. You might settle with what you got if you don't want to reroll, but if you're watching this video, I'm guessing it's because you actually are open to rerolling. We got lots of epics. That's going to give us some points, and let's see who this hero on this account is going to be. Ooh! Okay, well, I guess this account is going to have to find a home. We got a Nid Rold to start this account, who has become the top tier bleeder. Amazing AoE damage, AoE bleeds. He is a monster. He can build him with crit. He actually smacks. So he's not the top tier HP burner. Go figure. But we cannot be mad at that. So, all right, I'm going to actually end up saving this account. So I'm going to try to find a home for it right away. But before I do that, let's just see what we got, just to show you guys how generous they are. Look at this. 3, 2, 1. We got some more shards here. And we're going to also have more from the beginner. Oh, almost the beginner wish goals. That's hilarious. I need to get a couple more points for this one more supreme rune. Super funny. I love it. Let's actually go ahead and pull, because this event, the first couple weeks of playing, you're going to pull everything pretty much as you get it, unless it's like a day or two before another event. You're just going to keep pulling because you need stuff. You need food. You need fodder. To level up your heroes. You want to focus getting one hero to that level first. And boom, there's that other supreme rune. So let's go ahead and see what we got. Let's see. Oops, supreme 9. This pity's only 10 when you start, so it's not bad. It's 10 for pity. Oh, okay. So not a great, unfortunately, with the epics we got there. But this account, like, this is where you would now decide. If you want to keep this account, you would go ahead and bind it to an email address. You can bind it to a Gmail account and an email address. You'll need just a regular email address plus a password for using the PC client. But this is where you'd bind the account. And then if you decide you don't like the account that you got, you would just simply go here, you'd close your BlueStacks, click this, or not even click it. You just, the little trash can, you just delete the instance and start all over again. If you remembered to clone ahead of time to have a backup ready, you don't have to start from scratch with reinstalling the game again and again, which doesn't take that long, to be fair. But cloning before you even open the game. If you open the game, you can't do the clone because the game realizes that you already have a download under that device. And even though guest mode doesn't link you to anything, it remembers your guest mode, which is super stupid and defeats the point of guest mode. But yeah, that's how you got to do it here, is just make a clone or just keep making fresh instances and re-downloading, whatever makes it easier for you. But I like to do this, that way I don't have to keep redoing as far as Google Play goes, at least, right? But I'm happy we're going to give this account away. So I'm going to post this on my Discord to give someone a Nid Rold account for today, because why the hell not? This account deserves a home. So I'm going to go do that, and hope this video was helpful for you guys in deciding whether or not to reroll and to know when the best time to reroll is, which is like now, Friday. Do it. do the things, do it over the Friday, Saturday. I wouldn't keep pushing any later though. I'd wait till another week if you can, if you're patient, if you're going to keep rerolling. But yeah, anyway, that's been all. I hope this detailed guide was helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next video or live on Twitch.